Yo, what's good guys, been on fire here, back from the video, and today we're going to be hopping into my LA Chargers offensive ebook in Madden 25. Been looking to make another Madden ebook for a while now. I decided on the Los Angeles Chargers. Now I will be posting a Detroit Lions one in the future, but for now we have the Chargers, and the Chargers is one of the best, if not the best, offensive playbook in the game. You have your bunch strong offset and you have your bunch X nasty. Now, before we get into the ebook, there is a written version for this ebook available for purchase. That will be down below in the description and pinned in the comment section. What is included in that written version of the ebook is all of the setups that are ran in this video in the exact order that they are ran. You can have the ebook open, you can watch the video alongside, makes it super easy to learn, makes it super easy to reference. So that is included. Every single coverage that it beats is included. There's an Xbox version, there is a PlayStation version. Overall, it is $7.50. I recommend you guys go pick that up. I never have bad reviews on people that do it, and overall it is the most helpful thing to improve your game. So, Los Angeles Chargers offensive playbook. We have a few good formations. We're going to mainly touch up on the bunch strong offset, including this flood play on the left-hand side, and corner strike kind of our two big plays there. Bunch X nasty is going to be our next formation. Motion cross post, motion Y corner under are kind of our two big plays there. A few other decent things that, a few different plays like drive halfback under are good. We have a setup in that. You also have the tight open. Now we're not going over the tight open in this ebook, but there's a few good plays in there as well. So this Chargers offense has a lot in it. If you guys are new to the channel, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel down below, and without further ado, I am going to start out in the corner strike. Now, all these plays are going to be based on your bunch being to the left, just FYI, and what I'm going to do is let's go to zone coverage, and we'll just call it a random zone coverage. So I'm not going to necessarily know what I'm facing up against. I will be showing some plays from gameplay, or some things from gameplay on these plays working for some of the setups throughout the video, so you guys will see examples of them working for me online, which I think will be beneficial for sure. But let's start out with setup number one, and what we're going to do here is streak Y, post RB, drag A, and fade B. So it's going to look like this. Very good setup in my opinion. And we're just going to snap the ball here. Immediately, you see the corner out gets open. We have the streak open. Now he doesn't catch the football, but just spacing wise, you like what you have. You see Amari Cooper ends up getting wide open. Streak, it does a really good job of pulling down zones. Kincaid sitting there open as well, and even Coleman over here on the sideline, you can really throw it to him. Now the post won't be as open kind of in this video. Reason being is because there's no user, so really the middle of the field is usually going to be taken care of. But here you got Coop. Now Cooper's going to be on a very nice route. He's going to be on a kind of a quicker corner route, which is going to beat man coverage. So that's going to be beneficial. And of course, you see not Cook, but James Cook is going to be open on that streak, and that streak is very unexpected because out of bunch, people expect the flat routes, little in routes, little things like that. So we'll show this setup one more time, the little drag, corner route. You see Coop, he can get open on the sideline a lot. I'll run it one more time, try to hit the post or the drag because we haven't really thrown those. And again, you still have Keon Coleman on that other side, but here you see, it looks like a match coverage. Kincaid can get wide open on that, and really one of those three routes, the drag, corner route, or streak, will be open, and then you still have the posts just in case you have to hit it. So that is setup number one. Now, I probably will have to switch controllers to do some of the setups, so I'll do the setups where you have to stem some of the players last because this controller doesn't have it. My audibles in this formation, I would have corner strike, read option, flood, and RPO alert screen. I don't have them set, but that is what we would have. Again, the left trigger and left bumper on this controller I think are broken, or maybe not. Maybe it's just the left trigger. Actually, I should be able to do the setup. Sorry, ignore that. So anyway, setup number two, what we're going to do is flat Y. We are going to curl RB, drag B. We're going to post A, and it's going to look like this. And then what we're going to do is actually stem Dalton Kincaid down to here. So in the ebook, I put stem first, and what that does is it will be the first, like this is the first post that you can get. second will be kind of the second level of depth, and we'll just kind of do it like that. So it's going to look like this. Very good man beater. We are going to be facing up against zone, but you can see you can hit him quickly here. Obviously, it is a good man beater. So again, curl RB, flat Y, drag B, and then post A, and then you're just going to custom stem him. So you press L1, you move the left stick down as far as you can right here, and it's going to look like this. So of course, with this, we still have Amari Cooper is wide open, James Cook is wide open, so both Y and X in this particular setup do get open. Shakir would be a good man coverage beater if you're facing against man coverage. And then you just have like Keon Coleman coming across the end, kind of as like a last resort. But of course, if you can hit Kincaid right here, it is going to be beneficial. That's kind of who we want to hit. So we move into him first, and then like later in the progression, hey, I can hit Cooper, I can hit James Cook late. So I'll show this setup one more time. And I will try to go decently fast because we do have a lot of setups here. But like here, you can hit Shakir in the middle of the field. Coleman would, of course, be coming across open, and James Cook still open in the flat. Amari Cooper on the fast corner route. It's going to be really open a lot of these plays. But setup number 3, what we're going to do here is we are going to flat Y, drag B, post RB, and we're just going to block A. So this is a very good setup if you're facing man blitz, 6-man protection. You can slide protect probably to the right here, at least a half slide. Good man beaters, drag corner out post, and then if it's zone, you still have some high-low reads between flat corner out, post drag. So like you could hit Shakir here in the middle of the field. That's not a good enough pass because my left trigger doesn't work, but that is an option. Of course, we can hit Cook early. You can take your 5 yards. Feel free to take that consistently. And I'll show it one more time here. Again, Cooper would always beat man coverage. Like in here, it's a cover 2 hard flat. You can, of course, hit him over the top. So that's good for setup number 3. Let's hop into setup number 4. What we're going to do here is drag B. We are going to go ahead and post A, streak RB, flat Y. And we can run it like this. Now, I did put smart out X. That's to get him a little bit deeper. That's optional, of course. What that's going to do is it's going to open up the flat more if you do that. And, of course, it's going to get over the top a little bit more. So if he's playing a certain depth of zone drops, you can get it deeper by just smart routing. So, again, here is a look at this setup. Drag B, post A. And we're just going to leave A at the default depth here. Again, you can hit the drag. Sometimes if it is match coverage, it's better to leave that corner out kind of at the depth it is already at default, but you could still smart out it really if you wanted. And boom. Oh, no animation for me, but you can see Kincaid would have been the read there against the match coverage. So that is setup number 4. Let's move into setup number 5. What we're going to do here is drag B, post A, and streak RB. Nice little man coverage beater setup here. We keep the in route with Cook. Quicker breaking man coverage beater with Coop over there. And really, we're more so looking to hit the drags here. If it is cover 0 or 2-man under, you could hit this corner out, but we're really just trying to work these drags, and I think we do a good enough job at doing that. So again, drag B, post A, streak RB. And B would have been our read. Again, if number 47, imagine that that's the user on that play. He is either going to defend Coleman or Kincaid. You would just throw it to the one that he doesn't user. Kind of simple enough there. And with those mid reads, they're playing over the top a lot. I'm going to keep probably having to throw it underneath a good amount, but that's setup number 5. Let's move into setup number 6. What we're going to do is post RB, block the tight end. Just kind of run this play stock. Again, some solid man beaters. You could hit Coop over here. He's always going to be over there. Now, if he's just kind of running naked against zone, he's not really going to get open if there's any kind of a deep blue over there. But if it is man coverage, you will face like pinch bug 0 a lot. You can hit him. So you have these routes over here. You could hit Cook out of the backfield, of course. You can take your 6-7 yards. Definitely take those at any time. And this is just a good quick snap setup if your opponent is making like a lot of adjustments. You catch them off guard. catch him in the middle of an adjustment. His defense may not be set up all the way, and you can just come out here. And even if you roll out, you can actually hit Shakir deep. We sail the ball, but that could be a potential beater against cover 3 coverage, because the C route is going to kind of pull him down. So even here, you can hit him in this window. It is a tough throw, but you could do that. So hopping into, and we have 2 more setups for this play. We're going to motion Keon in. We're going to put him on a corner route here. And then we're going to flat Y, post RB. So it's going to look like this. I am going to block the tight end. You could block the tight end or drag the tight end here. It's up to you. It depends on how much pressure you're facing. I would probably say block the tight end. I think I just forgot to put that in the actual ebook, and you'll see me do this, and this is why it's actually good for me to like run through the video before I finalize the ebook, because now I can make like changes that I sometimes forget. So here, just gonna check it down to Cook. He's gonna be the read with that baby short corner out with Coop and the flat. A lot of times what you'll see is it opens up Dalvin Cook a lot. So again, good man beater. You would have a lot of man beaters, or it would be difficult to defend this in a man coverage base because you have a lot of different like zones. I don't know why Shakir can't catch those passes in the middle of the field, but you should be able to fit in those windows as long as you have some kind of a decently high overall receiver there. We'll run it one more time for you guys here. And again, I would just check it down here. Just kind of playing how I would against man coverage. It would be a little bit of a different story, but we're facing zone, so keep that in mind. Of course, I do include in the ebook that would be a good setup for man coverage so that you guys would remember. But we got one more setup for this play. We're going to drag B, streak A, post RB, and flat Y. Kind of similar to what we've seen, just a little bit different. We have Kincaid on the streak instead of Shakir. We haven't really had Kincaid. And, of course, we can hit Shakir. And holy crap, Shakir. Did you eat Butterfingers before the game? But again, flat Y, drag B, streak A, post RB. Again, we could have hit Cook. I've hit him a lot, so I was like, hey, let's hit the drag here. Some different stuff. You can use the tight end seam. We'll use that a lot more out of like flood. And of course, the bunch X nasty, but attacking the seam, never a bad idea. Could have hit Coop there. Could have hit Cook. So we have people open, but let's hop into our next play, which is going to be flood. And out of the flood play, you see, I'll show some gameplay clips from that, and there will be a lot of coverage beaters. I don't know that will generate that much offense against the CPU in practice mode, but we potentially could. Now, our setup number 1 that I run is good quick snap setup is just streaking A. This is going to allow you to fit passes in the middle of the field. Your tight end is going to catch a lot of those passes. So you see kind of in those clips, we can hit the tight end, but we can also hit Cooper, who sometimes gets open on these fade routes. Now, Cooper doesn't have too much speed for us here, 91 speed. So he's not the greatest guy to get open. Garrett Wilson's and your Tyreek Hills are a little bit better. But like here, you see we get the separation. Not a great throw. I would have freeformed, but my left trigger doesn't work. But that's kind of the separation you want. And it's just like kind of a quick snap coverage. You see it's really just like I don't know what coverage. It's some kind of a weird match, potentially. But you would have the separation. You would just pass lead this out to the left with your controller. You could even highball it. And that's the kind of separation that we got in game. So again, all we're doing is streaking A, and we're just trying to kind of work the middle of the field. Now, with Coleman, you don't want to throw it there. That should have been picked. You want to throw it on break if you have to. Sometimes Shakir will just get open sitting there. It's not necessarily the case for every play, but here we can like hit Cooper, and he's going to get open. Again, no one as a defensive player is really going to use your streak. So if your streak just gets open default, that's perfectly good with us, because the odds of him using it are going to be kind of slim. So again, we can hit Kincaid. It's important that you have like high throw power and you're able to get rid of the ball. Use Gunslinger. But here again, you see Cooper open to the outside, pretty simple. The flat, it just does a really good job of kind of holding those zones down. I'll go to the replay again here. Like, take a look at the flat, just holding down that outside third there. And boom, fade. I pass led that to the left. And simple stuff there. Again, just using the weaknesses of the defense. Now here, Kincaid doesn't get open and kind of got baited a little bit, but Kincaid can get open on that streak. Use those seams, and that setup is good. Setup number 2, what we're going to do is immediately we're going to quick stem A. We're going to keep him on his route, but we are going to quick stem him. So I like to go to the second depth here, which is going to be this. This is the first depth. This is the second depth. And we're going to go that. And then I'm going to post RB and drag B. So this is an interesting looking setup. Kincaid, of course, will get upfield. He will burn man coverage. Shakir will do his thing against man coverage as well. Now, it wouldn't be great against match. It would be better against, like, just kind of normal coverage. But again, you don't get to pick what we're facing here. And here you see he would get over the top of that zone. That route, again, meaning, again, you guys know that that these little stem corner routes are good. They're overpowered. They're broken. Every word in the book they are. You can even click on sometimes. Drag would have been the better read there, but they do a good job of either getting over the top or they're going to pull up those zones. Oh, didn't mean to do that. We're just going to have to snap it. That was a dot. But yeah, that setup is good. I'll show it one more time here. And there you can hit the post. Holy crap, Shakir. Get a good receiver because Shakir is not one at the moment for us. Whatever. Setup number 2, we're going to go ahead and actually smart out X. Post RB. I like to smart out RB as well. And then I put A on a quick corner out and B on a drag. This setup I noticed is pretty good against cover 3. If we're facing cover 3. You can kind of get over the top. Now, that was not cover 3, but that setup usually is pretty solid. Drag B. But you see RB's open. The drag is open. That setup can be solid for man coverage. I noticed that Cooper can get open. Hit the corner out there. So it's a solid setup. It's more of a cover 3 beater, but this is, I think, a cover 4 beater, not a cover 3 beater. Excuse me. Setup is really good against like cover 4 quarters. Against some other defenses, it doesn't become as good. But against, he was open there. He couldn't get the ball off, but he could work solid against that. I don't want to face this quarters coverage, but let's move into our next setup. And what we're going to do for the next setup is corner RB, post A, and drag B. Just a very basic, simple setup. Again, you see a lot of 6-man protections out of this, so because of course you will face pressure. Oh my god. Speaking of facing pressure, I can't get blocks to save my life. But drag is going to be your best friend. Otherwise, you have a potential cover 3 beater and Cooper on the left. Now, again, Cooper's not the fastest, so he kind of hurts us a little bit. But then we have Shakir. Kincaid I could be hitting as well. And it just depends on the user. A lot of times the drag or the post will be open, and that's because we have those different concepts because of the other plays. There you see the corner out. It gets really deep. You can hit it over the top of some good zones. Cover 2, cover 4, cover 3s will be solid against those. Anyways, next setup what we're going to do is corner RB, post A, drag B, and just flat Y. It's kind of the same exact thing, just adding the running back route, which just kind of gives you another option out there. If you can hit him quick, you'll take 5 yards. You'll never pass up on the 5 yards. Force him to play underneath, force him to user it, force him to defend it. The thought Kincaid would have got more open there. He didn't. That's also quarters coverage, so we don't want to face quarters coverage. Here, we get Shakir wide open on the corner route. So just a solid option play. Good, again, some of these quick snap plays, I like not having to use motion on every play. So they're good as simple, basic plays, catch people off guard. Next setup, stock, is just a drag B and run everything else kind of the same. This is going to use Kincaid's deep corner route, and you see he gets really deep. Some people kind of sleep on that route. They'll get a little bit cute with, kind of spamming the quick stems, but it's just a really good quick snap setup. You have RB, and RB does a perfect job of holding him up. Again, you have a big body, George Kittle, Cole Kmet, some of those guys that can move off the ball, catch it, and again, you can still hit like Cooper in the seam here. Don't sleep on that route. Always be watching the seams first. That should be your first read. Is the seam open? Yes, no, maybe so. Otherwise, you can adjust. I don't know how this is the Panthers D-line. This is not the steel curtain. But just a solid quick snap play. Last setup that we're going to do is motion Y out, and when you motion him out, he's going to go to this side, just put him on a drag, run everything else kind of the same. So just the same thing, we just have it like an extra option with the post or the backside dig with key on there. Which gives you another option. You have drag and inside route. You could put him on a post, but I kind of like having the in route, something different. Still have everything over here. Same. We get a free rusher. Try and check it down to Shakir real quick. Simple stuff. So that's going to do it for our bunch strong offset. Let's hop into the bunch X nasty formation. Now, out of the bunch X nasty formation, again, I like those two plays. Let's get out of the tight end slot package, which for whatever reason you're in default. And yeah, so we like the motion cross post on the left. We like the motion Y corner under. Again, there's some run plays. I don't personally really run the ball, but you have a base. Like out of here, you have a read option that you can use. So good plays for the goal line. But the bunch X nasty you'll see in some of the gameplay clips that I'm going to show is very successful, especially with this motion. So we're going to run our bunch on the left and come out in the motion cross post to begin. Now, a lot of times what can happen is some busted coverage. Now, it sometimes happens more against man than zone. So keep that in mind as we are running, kind of the zone coverage exclusively, but they can get open against man. So the first setup is just going to be streak B. And you see Curtis Samuel here. We're using him instead of Shakir because he's a little faster. He's on kind of this weird in-breaking route. You could drag him. I put drag in the ebook. It's up to you guys. But what we like is Cook's route. He's going to kind of be open a lot. Cooper is going to be open as well. Now, that's why I put him on the drag, because he runs at that depth where it's like that slot corner can come off and play him. One thing I'll also do is I usually like to respot the ball and get a little bit more space. Specifically for this play, I will usually run it more on the left hash. The reason for that is just get a little bit more space for this motion. Keon Coleman, more space is going to benefit him. Try and hit him in the seams. Kincaid's on like a nice little in-breaking post route. It's going to be good against man. One thing you can do is like quick snap throw it. Be careful doing this because if it's a hard flat, you can get lurked super easy. I've thrown a few interceptions running that play on the goal line, like trying to just quick snap him. Like here, would not be good, but we just hit the drag. Solidness there. Now, again, you see from some of those clips that Keon Coleman gets open a lot on this. He's kind of the guy we want to try and open up. Cooper can get open up a little bit later, but like here, Keon Coleman is the guy we want to hit and up the seam. Now, Keon Coleman is really slow, 87 speed, so he doesn't get as deep as we would like, but he still does a good job, I think, of at least getting open. And Kincaid, you can hit in the middle of the field. He runs a really nice route. Makes it really difficult to use her because the attention immediately goes to the right, and then they're kind of distracted by the drag. It should do a really good job of opening up Dalton Kincaid if that is the guy you're trying to hit. And you see Cooper will keep running his route. That can get open against cover 2. Be careful again throwing that route because you can get lurked. I say that because it's happened to me before. But here you see Keon Coleman, he gets open. So against cover 3, it's a really good play against cover 3. That's what we want to do. So let's move into setup number 2. And what we're going to do here is we're going to streak B. I accidentally messed this up again, so we will update streak B. We're going to streak B, we're going to slant RB, and we're just going to flat Y. So it's going to look like this. A little bit of an interesting setup, but the flat route will get wide open because Cooper's going to bring whoever that is up, and if it's cover 2, Cooper will get wide open. So it's really simple. You know, you'll take your 5 yards. The curl flat will do a decent job of defending it, but that is when you kind of create the late play high-low read with the slant. So again, flat Y, streak B, slant RB, streak circle, flat triangle, slant R1. And you can hit him really quick there. Again, it's just something different, something kind of piggybacking off of the other setup. So again, here I'm going to go to Keon Coleman because he's just wide open. Even with 87 speed, we can take this to the crib. So it's really using that to our advantage. And again, the running back is probably always going to be open on this play unless he's really like manned up. But you can also hit Dalton Kincaid. Now, number 42 played that really well. But again, keep in mind that one of those players could be the user. He's going to have to play a lot of sideline coverage to defend this play. One of those players could be the user, and if that's the user, they're definitely going to jump on the slant route like 1,000,000%. So, and here we would just hit, I would have hit Cook, but Kincaid really ended up being open there too. So, setup number 3, what we're going to do is drag B, corner RB, and streak A. A little bit of an interesting looking setup, but just some motion to kind of throw him off. Cook has like this quick route. I didn't really show it in the first setup, but he has this kind of quick breaking route, and it really gets open against match coverage. So if you're facing cover 4, because I ran cover 4 playing against this, and it kind of tore me apart just because Dalvin Cook gets wide open if it's cover 4 quarters. Again, you have the simple drag. It makes a nice little spacing concept between the drag and the running back route, I think. Cooper's there more for distraction. If it is cover 2, Cooper still could, of course, get open. But he's there to kind of pull the user to the right. And then, of course, you can open up this route as well with Curtis Samuel deep down the football field, and you can end up getting some big chunk plays out of that play. So let's move into setup number 4. What we're going to do here is streak RB, corner A, put B on an in route. And then what we're going to do is stem B. So we're going to stem him. 2, 3. Get him at like this depth. And then what we're going to do is just streak Y. So a little bit of an interesting looking setup. Kind of 2 streaks going up the middle. Very good man coverage play. Again, you still have Coop out there. You can still like hit him quick. A lot of times he should be able to come down with that. So again, streak Y, corner A, streak RB. Look for the seams, Curtis Samuel here. If not, you have Cook late, and you have these quick man beaters B and A. That should be open. Like, quick hitter there, it's match. Hit Kincaid. He's going to fry everybody. That's what we want. If it's late play zone, you could hit those streaks for sure. So again, oh crap. I guess Coleman's running the wrong route. You can also try and scramble out. That's going to help with hitting Cooper on that wheel route if we want. Huh. For some reason my stem is like always a little weird. But we'll show this play one more time. See if we can get like Curtis Samuel or Cook on it. And there you see Cook wide open in the seam. it'll be forgotten a lot because, you know, your opponent sees corner out, he's going to jump on it. So Coleman can get open, but Coleman's going to do a good job of holding those zones in the middle. So, nice play there. What we're going to do here, streak B, flat Y, corner A, put RB on a little out route. Then we're going to actually stem RB to this like shortest one right here. So, again, we still have this kind of cover 3 beating, cover 2, every coverage beating concept on the right, and then we have like 2 quick hitters for man coverage on the left. So, you really do a solid job of covering all your bases. Kincaid gets really open there. Probably want a low ball possession catch it. But again, flat Y, streak B. Again, Coleman, you're going to hit him. He's going to be open. And we get into the end zone there. So, simple setup. RB should be open. Again, if it's cover 0, RB is going to get open on that. Again, here we get Cooper. We're going to hit him. Cooper's our first read because he's going to be coming across. Again, be careful to throw interceptions. I'll show this setup just one more time here. Like here, wide open. Sometimes the motion creates weird stuff. We can pick up like easy 10 yards on that. Very quick breaking. I love that route. But let's hop to our last setup. What we're going to do here is post B. We're going to put Y on an in route, the running back. And then what we're going to do is put RB on a corner out, and we're going to block our tight end. So simple. This is good man coverage play again. Looking to hold the user over there so we can hit some of the different stuff. Here you see sometimes you get broken coverage, and Amari Cooper can just get wide open on that. It looks like some kind of a hard flat zone. That might have been cover 2 hard flat, which is classic Tampa 2. Anyways, we'll take the touchdown. So again, in Y, post B, corner RB, block A. This gives us a good 6-man protection. And of course, you have these other nice breaking routes. They're good for man, but they can also do solid work against zone coverage, as they did right there. Show it just one more time here. Cook is kind of like your safety valve, last resort type player. But we already scored 2 touchdowns on this play, so we really only hit him if necessary. Like here, he's definitely the read. Check it down, pick up your yards. Bada bing, bada boom. Again, the post could be open if it's usered. Just depends on where he's usering. But let's hop into our next play, which is going to be the motion Y corner under. I'm going to get a drink of water. Now, this play is interesting, very good man beater. You have this like motioned over reverse zig route, kind of the same route out of trip set and flex. And we're going to use that to our advantage. So of course, we have some other stuff around it. We're going to really hot route our way around this play. And setup number 1, we're going to drag B, streak RB, block Y, and we're going to, A is on this corner out, we're going to stem him all the way down to this. And it's going to be an absolute perfect man beater. I probably should just actually come out in man coverage against this particular setup. Now, of course, Kincaid can get open against zone. This play can work against zone. But obviously Kincaid, we use that route more for man, kind of passing to the left. Again, get him down to this level of stemness. Streak RB, drag B, and go ahead and block Y. Y is on a check and release, but we'll just block him to guarantee he protects us. Kincaid is going to be wide open there, but you also have Coop. It's going to fry. That's a good look at kind of what it would be against man coverage. You could hit Kincaid, drag should get separation. So that's a good idea of what kind of you'd be facing. It was match, but kind of plays the same as man, of course. Now again, you have the streak in the middle of the field. You could hit if necessary. Will it always be open? Of course not, but it is there. It's always good to have a streak because sometimes trying to do too many adjustments, you can get a little bit broken down in coverage. Like RB was wide open there. I even found him really late, but broken coverage, the motion creates some busted coverages depending on, and I'm even base aligned as a defensive player here. Like I am, so these defensive players are really motioning less than they would be. Now I don't know what happened to Coleman there, but Coop, very good route against man zone. All the above. Let's hop into setup number 2. What we're going to do here is drag B, post RB, block Y, and then we're going to go ahead and stem Dalton Kincaid again. So it's going to look like this. You just have a post instead of a streak, really. More of a man beater. I guess the last one was could have been considered zone. Kincaid was open there. I don't know why I didn't throw it to him, but we check it down. Coleman was open too. He didn't catch it. So again, here's a look. Nice post in the middle of the field. You can hit. You're creating kind of a nice little late play, high-low between Cooper and Curtis Samuel here, which I like. And then again, Coleman, just a good late resort. You can hit Cooper like in this window if you want. Be careful, of course, to not get lurked by the computer. I'll show this setup just one more time here. And Kincaid gets open. Kincaid's going to be kind of your first read here. Late play, you kind of move into that reverse zig drag post. Setup number 3 we're going to do is drag B, streak RB, corner A, flat Y. Now, the reason we corner A is get more of a man-beating route, so it's going to be a little bit of a quicker breaking, good against cover 0. Of course, against this zone, it can work. Here, we get Curtis Samuel wide open, nice cover 3 beater. It can also beat cover 3, as seen there. So again, streak RB, corner A, and then we just drag B, flat Y. You can block the running back if you want, but I kind of like him out there. He's a nice little option that actually could get open. Now there, I was watching the right side a little bit too much. We got sacked. Don't do that. And again, you can block the running back, but kind of the same setup we already ran, right? Check down immediately if you're facing the pressure. B or A going to be kind of your quick hitters out of this particular setup. Run this one more time here. Here we can hit Cook. This is an example of like safety valve. Almost picks up a first down, about 9 yards, so definitely take that. Anyways, setup number 4, we're going to put Y on an in route. We are going to corner B, so we're going to put him on a corner route. We're going to actually stem B, so what we're going to do is stem him. This is first. You're going to put him on the second stem. And then what we're going to do is post A, streak RB. It's going to look like this. Very good man coverage setup. I don't understand these just free rushers against... our coverage right now. Of course, hit Cooper there. I don't know why Cook can't just run the in route. They need to make it like a yard more of depth so that this doesn't happen, because that's a frustrating glitch in this year's game. But Coleman can do a good job of kind of getting open there, especially against like man match coverage. Here we get Kincaid. Usually it'll be like Coleman or Kincaid that'll be open. And then you still have like Cooper that's always really going to be open. Cook, kind of your last resort, but good against man. So setup number 5, last setup out of this play. We're going to in Y corner B, post RB, and just block A. Kind of the similar setup. We're going to keep Coleman at a deep distance here. Good man setup. Like Cook is going to do a good job of not only getting open, beating man coverage, but he's going to open up Amari Cooper as well. So again, here's a look. trying to hit Coop there. Again, RB or Y are usually easily going to be open off the bat because he's going to generally have to user one of them unless he's like usering the D-line. But again, Coleman covered 2, but he would be good against man. There's a look against match, post burns him, and then you would have Cooper getting open as well, so your 2 routes there. Let's hop into our last play here, which is going to be the drive halfback under. Now, out of the drive halfback under, we have a nice route with Keon Coleman. He's on the fast breaking corner route, the type of route you can only put your tight end on. So we're going to use that. We are going to flat Y, post A, streak RB. Back of my face of my controller just fell off, but looks like this. Very good setup. You're going to keep Amari Cooper on this little under route. He runs it like kind of slower, which is nice actually. So I love the setup. I would use the setup a lot. When we run the Detroit Lions offensive ebook, you guys will see a lot more of these non-motion setups. There's a lot of good motion setups because we'll be in the bunch X nasty more. And then the trip set and flex. But flat Y, post A, streak RB. Bada bing, bada boom. Holy crap. I don't understand. What is going on where this guy is just coming free? Like, why is he... Is this the greatest nano blitz of all time? Like, what are we doing here? This is a good red zone play. BT dubs. Whip double spot. But it looks like this once again. Now Coleman has negative route running, but that route really should be good against man. Crisp against cover 3, cover 4 to get open. I'll show it one more time. Did I advise? Yeah, you want to post A, streak RB. Sorry, bad spacing. But of course, Kincaid can get open. Looks like our streak might have been open there as well, but solid play. Anyways, that is pretty much going to do it for the ebook. If you guys did enjoy, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel down below. Again, the Lions one will be coming soon. If you guys want to see any other teams besides that, let me know. And peace. I'm out of here.